Thank you for tuning in. It's another episode of the WRT Boxing Show, and this is a breakdown prediction. Let's see. We are talking Jamal James, Chango James, the welterweight, 6'2". This is an important fight for James. It's an important fight because the fact that his highest ranking is number 3 by the WBA. Now, he's number 12 by the WBC. And he dropped out of the WBO. He's only he's only in the WBA and the WBC now. Now, why this is important? Because he's in that middle bracket. It's like the right here on the WRT Boxing Show. If you are a new viewer, you gotta be a big ass Jamal James fan, or you just a Janer Gonzalez fan, his opponent, because this is a showcase fight for him. It is in his hometown, James's, that is. But the fact that he's on that tip, he's like that middle class. Like since he beat Diego Chavez, he never really took advantage of that victory. He looked a little gassy in his victory against Abel Ramos. Abel Ramos took him to pushed him to the brink. Jamal had looked gassy, but luckily he's linky. He had that really good jab to stick behind. But like I said, he's obviously, like I said, right here on the WRT Boxing Show, the best versus the best, which is our lingo for top 15 versus competing against each other, and the champions are the champions. Now, obviously, the top, if you want to say the top half of the best is what, Danny Garcia. Remember, these are the guys with no belts. The best are the guys with no belts. So you figure Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, they're not the best. They're the champs, So the best, who are the best? Who's out there is considered the top 4 best? Who is it? Jesse Vargas, Andre Berto. Like I said, who is out there? Like I said, the names we all regurgitate and repeat and talk. Those are champions. People always say, I want to see the best fight the best. The champions can only fight each other or repair that circle for 2 years? So we're going to need these other opponents. And like right now, who is the top 4 best? Top 5 is fucking crazy. Like I said, Danny Garcia, he's the number 1 guy without a belt. Who else do you got at welterweight? You got Jesse Vargas. And the rest of the people are going to be names that no one's going to, they're going to call them bums. But right here on the WRT Boxing Show, that's what we do. We talk those best versus best. Like I said, and we've been talking Jamal James, and this is his big moment. Like I said, we just did an example right now. There is no top 5 next batch. Jamal James is number 3 by the WBA, number 12 by the WBC, and he needs to step up and win this dramatically big, because that next tier, those guys are coming hot. They're like in the next 2 years, the guys I'm about to name are about to get some shots off. Herman Lajaraga, the Spaniard, he's been doing his thing the last 2 years. He's now number 2. At the WBC. Number 3, Jesse Vargas. Number 4, Aegis. He's over there at the top rank, so most likely he's somehow going to get a Terrence Crawford shot. And number 5, if you're a fan of the WRT Boxing Show and you've been following the WRT Boxing Show, the Ready Talk Boxing Show, that means you subscribed already. And Mr.A been writing this dude, picking him as the dark horse in the division. Quattrilo Abu-Quattrov. He's a little light in the ass, like Errol Spence like to say, That's why he's going to beat Crawford. He's a little light in the ass. This dude's a little light in the ass, but as far as the boxing appeal, the punch selection, the movement with the feet and all that, seems to be pretty cool. I like him as, I started the show a year and a half ago. Boom, you just find people in weight classes and you start locking on them. I like this guy. I kind of followed him a little before I made the show because I'm a Keith Thurman fan, and he's been climbing the Keith Thurman route. Remember when Keith Thurman was a WBC champ, I thought he was going to possibly fight this guy. But like I said, he's number 5 in the WBC, but also he's number 4, Quadrilla that is number 4 in the IBF. And Jesse Vargas is number 3. Haram is number 5 in IBF, and Heita Hohara is number 6. And the reason I mention these guys is Quadrillo and Heita is having an IBF eliminator. That winner gets to fight Errol Spence. Again, these next tier guys, they're getting their crack. Number 4, Quadrillo, my dark horse. Like I said, me honestly, I think he's just a little light in the ass. He might be able to hang with Spence, but he's just too light in the ass. Heita Hohara, they fight to see who fights Spence. Herman, he's over here getting belts, defeating people. What is Jamal James going to do? So, Igis is preparing Alexander Besputin. Alexander Besputin is number 1 for Keith Thurman. The odds of him fighting Keith Thurman, since he's in the top ranked stable, and we know that Terrence Crawford is a slim pickings for opponents, so they're going to need every single top ranked stable 147 opponent they got for Terrence Crawford. So I don't see them throwing Alexander Besputin to Keith Thurman to try and bring a belt back to the top ranked stable, because you want to give Crawford some type of undefeated fighter. You don't want to say, hey, this guy just lost to the other champion, Keith Thurman, and go fight Crawford. It's not going to come off well on ESPN. Same thing with Igis. You don't want Igis, who's undefeated, going around trying to get any other belt that's on the PBC market. You want to keep that make it look good for ESPN. So those two guys who are top ranked, most likely going to be Terrence Crawford. And those two guys are in the top 4 of the WBA. Alexander Besputin, Igis, number 1 and number 4. Number 2, Jesse Vargas on the zone for the Keith Thurman lineup. Number 3, Jamal James. He needs to win big, because this could possibly be a Keith Thurman lineup. Because we're going to read, since he's the highest ranking, his highest rank is number 3 in the welterweights. We're going to read off the name to see why he needs to win big. He needs, like I said, he's in there with, like I said, we didn't even talk about the fight yet. Janer is a Colombian. There's a little footage of him of a previous PBC fight. He looks like he has a stiff jab. He comes in shape. He says he's been in best shape in his training camp. He's training with Breedis Prescott, who's also on the undercard against the Italian dude who always comes up in the suit and shit and rips it off. The guy Luis Collazo fucking beat Brian Barella or something. That's who Breedis is fighting. So we're going to read the names off. Like I said, Janet, we'll go back to Janet. It could be a dark horse, because like I said, the fight he was on, he just didn't throw his hands. He seemed like he's in good shape. He could take a good shot, deliver a good punch when it wasn't just one at a time. But saying where Jamal James is an opportunity, he should shine in this moment and win. He should win this fight. But we're going to go down. We're going to start from number 15 on up, because basically that's how it's going to work for Jamal James. Like I said, at number 3, he could only go up to a Keith Thurman fight or a Manny Pacquiao. And Al Heyman hooked Adrian Broner with a Pacquiao fight. But I don't think he's just going to throw Jamal James to a Pacquiao, So number 15, Johan Perez. That's the guy, I believe, Victor Ortiz for the Saul. Did Johan Perez, I think Saddam Ali fought that dude after he lost to Munguia. Number 14, Razda Boutiv. Don't know. Miguel Cruz, Cameroon, Hamrin. Don't know. Number 11, Samuel Vargas, we know. Josecito Lopez, number 10. Number 9, Adrian Broner. Sergey Lupovich. 7, Josh Kelly. 6, Connor Ben. 5, Herman Laraga. And number 4, Igis. 3, Jamal. Like I said, that next tier bracket is coming fast, folks. And a lot of boxing people ain't talking about it, but right here on the WRT Boxing Show, this is where you get your scoop and you get you informed about it. So we're looking for Jamal James to knock out the dark horse, the little-known Janer Gonzalez. Homecoming, big opportunities. Like I said, he's ranked high. Like I said, and that's just a WBA. Now, if we won, we could spend. It's already 10 minutes. We're sorry, but like I said, he's number 12 by the WBC. Jeff Horn, Granados, Mbinga, Berto, Lopez, Ugas, Abdulquatrev, Igis, Vargas, Lajaraga, Garcia. So if he's going WBC route, either way, he has a good fights ahead of him, but these are going to be test time fights. Jamal James, we're going to find out what this, like I said, this middle tier bracket, the C fighters that are coming to B fighters, and those B fighters are trying to get into that B plus A. They're trying, like I said, like I said, right here on the WRT Boxing Show, the lingo is the best fight the best. That's what everyone says. But what is the best fight the best? How do you find out what the best fight the best is? Like I said, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Manny Pacquiao. That's what we say are the best. You know, but no, on the WRT Boxing Show, those are the champions. Champions fight the champions. Do what the fuck you want. How do we find out who fights the champion next? Who's the best? Who earns a shot? The best first. The best earns a shot for the champion. Number 1 through 15. That's what we're talking about. And Jamal, that next bracket is starting to bloom and it's coming up. The thing is, everyone is doing something. They're fighting each other, taking meaningful fights in that bracket. But Jamal James, he's been the highest for a while, but now everyone's catching up to him. Laraga's catching up to him. Igis is catching up to him. Yordenis Ugas is caught up to him. But Ugas beat him and surpassed him by beating him. But he's really took off, you know. Quadrillo's taken off now. All the people that he was below, like he was at one point, he was the far ahead front runner in the C-level B class bracket. Now he's like caught up. Everyone's even. You even got Luis Verón ranked at number 4 in the WBO. That's the Argentina no one, you know, but he started off so low, and he's up to number 4. And while Jamal James has been like number 5 for a while, it hasn't really made no room. Moved. So this could be a dangerous time. He could be overstepped by previous, backwards competition. He could be overstepped by someone. He needs to win big. We talked about it. Let's see what happens. Jamal James in a nice hometown fight. I'm looking for him to do something big, behind the jab. I think he's going to be allowing the aggressor, Janer, to come walking in, overextending with a long, hard jab. Janer is going to be throwing wild to the looping wide hooks to the body. Jamal is probably going to be keeping it to the outside, moving while he's overreaching, just coming in behind with the right hand. That's what he should. He should keep it lengthy, but we'll see if Janer could do what Abel did, kind of pressure him, gas him into a fight and see what happens. A Jamal James breakdown and prediction going almost 15 minutes. Only right here on the WRT Boxing Show. I'm your host, Mr.A.